Hey guys, welcome back to The Blind Side, and this is the NBA review for the 10 games that featured last night, Tuesday, the 7th of November 2017. What a night it was, and let's get straight into it with the Cavs versus the Bucks. Pretty tight game this. Cavs putting up 39 in the first quarter looked ominous for the Bucks. They responded with 39 of their own in the second quarter. In the third quarter, the Bucks led narrowly at one point, but the Cavs eked out a win, pulling away 124 to 119. That was the final score. A win there for the Cavs, and did they need it? Very inconsistent from the Cavs thus far this season, and I think that makes their record 5-6 now. So hopefully they're starting to find their groove. I think the issue for the Cavs, of course, they did the trade, and Kyrie went off. I don't know why they did that, to be honest. Thomas comes in and he's injured, probably out for the whole of the season, if not the majority of it. So we'll have to keep a close eye on the Cavs in the upcoming weeks to see if they can get on a winning streak, which they do so sorely need. The Mavericks versus the Wizards. Always going to be a close one, this, for me. And the Mavericks went into it as favourites, and it was a really close match. Really good game. The Wizards pulled away at one stage, but the Mavericks got them back in the second half, overtook them despite a very late comeback from the Wizards. It just wasn't enough. Mavericks 113, Wizards 99. That was the final score, and the Wizards, although losing, ending in style with a 3-pointer with 17 seconds to go in the fourth. Too little, too late there. Unlucky. The Pelicans 117 and the Pistons 112. Another close game this, and another high scoring affair. Always close in all the quarters. Very difficult to say who was going to win it. The Pacers at one stage led by as many as 11 points. Looked quite comfortable, but the Pelicans came back at them in the second half, and once they got the lead, they never looked like losing it. So another good game, and well done to the Pelicans there. Chicago Bulls, unfortunately, another loss for them. Managed to get 114 on the board, but the Toronto Raptors always look like favourites in this one, and eked out a win 119 to 114. I think the Bulls lost this one in the first half. Just didn't get enough points on the board. Had a very good second half, but could not come back from the unassailable lead. They were down as many as 21 at one point in this game. But what can you say? Another loss for the Bulls. Toronto go on to win. Pretty tight affairs, these. As we go down the list, you'll see some pretty surprising scores. Certainly the final game of the night shocked me, but we'll get to that. The Charlotte Hornets, another close one, 113 points for them, but the Knicks eking out a win here at 118. Another great game. Looked like the Hornets had this one in the bag early on, but the Knicks came back pretty close at half-time, and in the second half, the Knicks pulled away. The Hornets tried to come back, didn't quite make it, losing by the 5 points. Again, a very good game, and what can we say about the Hornets? I think they're one of those teams that I don't think you ever expect them to, finish top four on that side of the draw. But I fancy the Hornets to make the playoffs this year. We'll see how we go. We'll see if I'm right. The LA Clippers 107, the San Antonio Spurs 120. One of them games that at half-time looked in the balance. The Spurs had a 2-point lead. The Clippers, of course, with the scoring power in previous seasons, and the Spurs very good on defence, this was sort of a switch reversal. The Spurs putting up 120, averaging 30 a quarter here, and the Clippers only managing the 107. Really, the Spurs won this in the second half. They pulled away and never looked like losing from there, despite the Clippers' very best efforts. The 76ers, another victory for them, 104-97 against the Jazz last night. The Jazz, they're so inconsistent, aren't they? They have the same issue every season. They sort of, you'll watch them one game and think, actually, they don't look like a bad team. They could make the playoffs. You watch them another game and you think, shocking. This was a game that they really could have won, but the 76ers just proving too strong for them in the fourth quarter. Again, not thrashed at all, quite a tight game, but nevertheless, another loss for the Jazz, and the 76ers go on. The Nets 104 to the Nuggets 112. A great game this, and to be fair, I always had the Nuggets down to win. They proved me right, but it was not as easy as I thought it would be for them. The Nets really putting up a spirited display. I think they'll be happy with their points total there, getting over the 100 points mark again this season, but just unlucky really. Great play and resilience by the Nuggets, and 104-112 in favour of the Nuggets. The Memphis Grizzlies winning again last night in the closest game of the evening, just 1 point in it, 98-97 in favour of the Grizzlies over the Trailblazers there. And again, this was a game where I had the Grizzlies down to win. Although the Trailblazers were favourites, it's worth saying that. They went into it with high spirits, and just a really close match. Could have gone either way. It was always going to go down to the wire, I think, when you watched through the course of the quarters. But well done to the Grizzlies, eking out a close win. And it's games like that will define a season. That 1 point victory there could be the difference between them making the playoffs and not. We'll see as the season goes on, but well done to the Grizzlies there. Very, very good match. Absolutely superb. And finally, the most shocking game of the evening, the lowest scoring match, and you don't expect to say that with a game featuring the Oklahoma City Thunder. But they only managed to put 86 on the board last night as they lose to the Kings. 94-86. I don't know what's going on with OKC. They've got a couple of new players coming in. 2 all-stars, apparently. It's just not working at the moment, is it? Westbrook's inconsistent. He's had triple-doubles in some games, and then other games failed to score 20 points. So what can you say? Well, I think OKC will be all right. We'll watch them as the season goes on, obviously. Crushing defeat for them here. Certainly not expected. The Kings very much the underdogs, looking at the betting odds before the game. But OKC fail to get 100 on the board again. 86-94, and that rounds up your fixtures for Tuesday, the 7th of November 2017. Stay tuned to The Blind Side, as we'll be doing daily NBA reviews from the previous day's games. Coming up later, it's our weekly roundup from WWE, so stay tuned for that. The SmackDown and Raw reviews, all in one video. Simple. And remember, you'll see me before I see you. Keep in touch, guys. Subscribe, comment on the video, and let me know what you think. I'll see you soon.